A US soldier's alleged plan to kill Jews has been exposed in dramatic fashion, emerging just days after separate controversy over an Israeli soldier smashing a statue of Jesus. Only days after an Israeli soldier was seen smashing a Jesus statue, a US troop's shocking threat has surfaced, adding a new and deeply disturbing layer to the already fraught atmosphere around the war. In an online rant, the American soldier was recorded saying that if Jews still reign over the US government after his deployment, he would take an assault rifle and kill every single Jew in a synagogue, a chilling statement that has now led to federal charges. Weeks after Trump's very public spat with the Pope, the conflict has now taken a fresh religious twist, with these incidents fueling fears that the war is increasingly stoking extremist, faith-based tensions on multiple fronts. Weeks after an Israeli soldier smashed a statue of Jesus, the plot of a US soldier allegedly planning a violent attack has now been exposed, deepening the sense of shock around these back-to-back incidents. An American soldier in Louisiana was arrested on April 23, according to the Times of Israel, after authorities linked him to threats of a mass shooting targeting a Jewish place of worship. Investigators say the soldier had told other users on the messaging platform Discord that he planned to carry out a mass shooting at a synagogue, outlining his intentions in disturbing detail. The soldier, identified as 22-year-old Jacob Marculia, was charged with transmitting a threat in interstate commerce, a federal offense that carries a potential prison sentence if he is convicted. The FBI had received a tip back in February that a US soldier had made threats towards synagogues, triggering an investigation that eventually led agents to Marculia. As part of that probe, the FBI obtained audio from Discord in which Marculia allegedly detailed his plan and made explicit threats, recordings that now form a key part of the criminal case against him. The US soldier said, and I quote, "After this deployment, if the Jews still have reign over our government, I'm going to walk into a synagogue with my AK, with a 75-round drum mag, and all of my extra mags, with my level 4 plates, and my Haka helmet that's 3+, and I'm going to kill every single Jew I know inside of that synagogue. And that's my goal in life. You guys will never do anything about, but I will. I just have to finish this. I have to go back overseas and do what I have to do. And then you'll see me in the news. I promise you. I will kill these in order to make sure the white youth is secured." On April 19th, the Israeli military reacted to a widely circulated image showing a soldier in Lebanon, after the picture began spreading rapidly online. The IDF confirmed that the image of a soldier destroying a statue of Jesus in Lebanon was real, ending speculation about whether it had been altered or fabricated. The IDF also vowed to take action against the soldier who smashed the statue with a sledgehammer, signaling that disciplinary measures were likely to follow. The IDF said, quote, "Following the completion of an initial examination regarding a photograph published earlier today of an IDF soldier harming a Christian symbol, it was determined that the photograph depicts an IDF soldier operating in southern Lebanon." The IDF views the incident with great severity and emphasizes that the soldier's conduct is wholly inconsistent with the values expected of its troops. The incident is being investigated by the Northern Command and is currently being addressed through the chain of command. Appropriate measures will be taken against those involved in accordance with the findings. Furthermore, the IDF is working to assist the community in restoring the statue to its place. The IDF is operating to dismantle the terrorist infrastructure established by Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, and has no intention of harming civilian infrastructure, including religious buildings or religious symbols. Unquote. Israel's foreign minister issued a public apology while also commending the IDF's response to the controversy, trying to contain the fallout and reassure critics. Israel's foreign minister said, quote, "The damaging of a Christian religious symbol by an IDF soldier in southern Lebanon is grave and disgraceful. I commend the IDF for its statement, for condemning the incident, and for conducting an investigation into the matter. I'm confident that the necessary strict measures will be taken against whoever carried out this ugly act. This shameful action is completely contrary to our values. Israel is a country that respects the different religions and their sacred symbols, and upholds tolerance and respect among faiths. We apologize for this incident and to every Christian whose feelings were hurt." Unquote. US President Donald Trump on April 12 launched a public attack on Pope Leo XIV over the pontiff's remarks on the Iran war, opening an extraordinary new front in the political fallout from the conflict. Saying he was not a fan of Pope Leo, Trump sharply criticized the Pope for condemning the US-Israeli war on Iran and for taking positions that he claimed were harmful on foreign policy and related issues. Trump ranted against the Pope both while speaking to reporters and in a Truth Social post, making clear that his criticism was not a passing remark but part of a broader public broadside. Trump even went on to claim that Pope Leo became the Catholic leader because of him, adding an unusually personal and self-referential twist to his attack on the pontiff. Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Pope Leo is weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy. He talks about fear of the Trump administration, but doesn't mention the fear that the Catholic Church and all other Christian organizations had during COVID when they were arresting priests, ministers, and everybody else for holding church services, even when going outside, and being 10 and even 20 feet apart. I like his brother Louis much better than I like him, because Louis is all mega. He gets it, and Leo doesn't. I don't want a pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I don't want a pope who thinks it's terrible that America attacked Venezuela, a country that was sending massive amounts of drugs into the United States and, even worse, emptying their prisons, including murderers, drug dealers, and killers, into our country. And I don't want a pope who criticizes the President of the United States because I'm doing exactly what I was elected, in a landslide, to do, setting record low numbers in crime, and creating the greatest stock market in history. Leo should be thankful because, as everyone knows, he was a shocking surprise. He wasn't on any list to be pope, and was only put there by the church because he was an American, and they thought that would be the best way to deal with President Donald J. Trump. If I wasn't in the White House, Leo wouldn't be in the Vatican. Unfortunately, Leo's weak on crime, weak on nuclear weapons, does not sit well with me, nor does the fact that he meets with Obama sympathizers like David Axelrod, a loser from the left who is one of those who wanted churchgoers and clerics to be arrested. Leo should get his act together as pope, use common sense, stop catering to the radical left, and focus on being a great pope, not a politician. It's hurting him very badly, and more importantly, it's hurting the Catholic Church." Unquote.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.